Welcome back to the Comic Book ASM Artist. Today we're doing another comic book haul, as well as I got a few packages as well, so we're going to mix this in and kind of do a mail call as well. We're going to start it with the mystery mail call from the channel Comic Tom 101. I'll leave a link to his YouTube as well as his link for his subscription service here. So basically the 15th of every month, they ship out a new one of these with a chance to win like a GRAIL book. Sometimes you get a CGC one, and then there's some other important first appearances and things like that. So you get a chance to enter those, but even if you don't win one of those, then you at least have a few like variant cover exclusives and things like that. So the chance in this one was to get Captain America number 100, so of course I'm all about that. So we're just going to go through them and see what we got here. So, first off we have Thor number 7. This is one of their exclusive covers here. So, haven't been following Thor much. Well, since the relaunch I haven't picked it up. I'm sure it's good. So yeah, this is the exclusive cover here. Yeah, I haven't been buying the book since they relaunched it. I know it involves Galactus and stuff. I know Donny Cates is writing it, which he's been doing really well. So I can imagine it's good. I just needed a jumping off place to kind of pare down my books a little bit. So as you all know, I was previously buying Thor. So there's that, and then on the back it shows the exclusive like logos and stuff here. So here's Comic Tom's, and they're sourced out of Milk Geek Comics, which is here in Washington as well. I could have sworn I've been to the store at least once. I think for a free comic book day, I went to all of the surrounding stores. So all right, let's see what we have next here. We have Hellboy. This is number 2 of the Third Wish. So you can't go wrong with a little Hellboy for sure. So all these bags have this little self-adhesive thing on it. I'm not going to tear that open and do that. I probably am going to edit out the one for the Thor one I just did. I used to do the adhesive ones too, and then actually this channel made me change that. So another one we have here is Justice League number 15, Justice League International number 15. So this is another classic story here. And we got the Avengers number 296. And then I did look at this. So this is one that nothing too special or crazy, but they're supposed to be on like page 2 or 3. There's a reporter and they reference them as Clark. So even though the hair color is brown, it's possible that it's supposed to be Lois and Clark. Next we have an artist print. Every box has an artist print as well. So this is by the artist Piper. It's a Batgirl there. And we have Saga number 42. And this issue is known for the 8-page fade to black, where it's like 8 pages straight up blackness for the ending. And then it just kind of took a break for a bit, I think, if I remember. Alright, so finally we have this right here. This was a guaranteed, if you get the box, you would get this. So this was a no-brainer for me. You all know I love my turtles. So this is Turtles number 109. This is the Jonboy Meyer variant. As you all know, I love Jonboy. I'll leave a link below. I did where I bought his Kickstarter for a second sketchbook about a year or so ago, and I'll show the link to that below if you want to check out some more of his work. And also, too, this is the first Turtles cover with the sideways logo. So a first there, and then the first Jonboy cover. So pretty cool. And then we have kind of a pack-in card here. They say that this is an art print. It's more or less a flyer, though. So this one, the art's by Andy Tong. And then this shows you the books here and the level of exclusive. So some people got this one here, and then there was black and white variants, and then this is the normal one for the RAF cover. And then the Thor cover was by Das Pastoros, which I'm sure that's not how you pronounce his name, but so, and it doesn't show the possibilities for what you could have gotten. And let me check. So, yeah, there's nothing else in here. If you get the GRAIL book for the month, there'll actually be a picture of Tom or one of the other people holding the comic, and then they'll actually send you out another package once you email a picture of you with the picture, and then you'll get like tracking for your CGC book to come to you. So this is my first Comic Tom box. I will probably be getting more of them, but I just figured why not. So, and then his sign off is always geek responsibly. So there's that. So now we're going to look at some books from one of my shops, and then we'll transition into another package. And also, too, I did get another item I've always wanted, another legendary GRAIL signature, probably the last one I'll get for this year. Just because this month is like the last of my bonus checks and stuff, so... And I think this signature coming up is a good one to end my extra spending on for the year. So first we have Immortal Hulk number 36. I did already read this. And this really goes back to how the series was doing. I didn't care for the previous one they had with the... I'm even blanking the whole Roxxon thing and all that, where he's fighting like a big fuzzy guy. But this goes back to more of the horrifying, twisted art here that I've come to expect from this particular Hulk series. So things are getting a little bizarre again. So Hulk just basically exposed that guy to some sort of gamma radiation and mutated him. And this was done on live television, so it's a setup type of a situation. And then we have like Alpha Flight here coming in to try to detain him. So yeah, I highly recommend Immortal Hulk. I think that this artist and writer are going to wrap it at issue 50. So it's still a good time to get on. Good time to go back and catch up on it as well. Next we got Immortal Hulk number 0, and this was a really well done book. I enjoyed this immensely. So this reprints a couple stories about Bruce Banner's father, as well as there's some, current day artwork to kind of intertwine everything together, but it's really well done. So cover is actually by the interior artist as well here. Another Job quote. So yeah, this artwork here, so well done. I always love when you can get interiors that match the cover, you know. So then it transitions into a classic Hulk story here. Can't remember off the top of my head which one, and the back it shows the covers and for what. And this first story is drawn by Mike Mignola from back in the day. So this was him more fitting the house style than, you know, drawing things as we know it. Although we can see it a little bit here with the dark line work or the shadows and stuff. But definitely not the typical Mignola we know. And then we have some more here. And this was good for me because I actually haven't read these other old Hulk stories either. So then we have another Hulk story here. This was drawn by Adam Kubert, written by Peter David. I think this was probably in the 90s. And this is pretty much Stanley as a gravekeeper here, walking through Hulk's history with his father here, and jogging his memory that he did in fact kill his dad in the graveyard there. And then, yeah, we see some more great art in the back there. And did we even see which... Okay, so the name of this artist is Mattia de... I think it's Luis, but I'm not sure. Because that's not an L. Not sure. But he did a great job, so... And then here's the covers here. So this was Incredible Hulk 312. And then this was like a mini-series flashback, The Incredible Hulk -1. So those are the books that are reprinted. Alright, this is the final Immortal Hulk book I got from this lot here. Haven't read this one yet. I read the first others, though. So we see that the leader is back in action here. And so I think this final arc is really going to be driven for the ultimate confrontation with the leader here. Oh, this is interesting here with the glowing on there. I don't know if that's the same artist. I guess it is, but whatever effects they're using definitely lends it to look visually very contrast from the other images there. Then there's the leader there. Next we have X-Men number 11. And at this point I don't really remember a lot of what's going on other than them having their own mutant island and everything, but I don't recall much else. I know they're gearing up for the X of Swords. I think this is kind of like a holdover sort of thing for the Empire storyline here. So some good artwork though. So that's number 11. Here's issue number 12. I expect more of the same in this one. So I'm sure this guy here is a major proponent to the X of Swords storyline, but I'm not sure who they are. They may have even done something. I want to say I've seen them in a previous issue here where they possibly somehow bonded with this island. They kind of appeared and did some sort of melding with one of the plants or something. But that was quite a few issues ago, if I remember. So yeah, we see more Lionel Francis Yu artwork. And this will lead into X of Swords, which I believe is out now, the first part of that. And we have a special here. This is Giant Size X-Men Storm. And I've seen this artist do a few books now. I know he did the Jean Grey one prior. I don't know what else, but I do enjoy this artist. He has more of a modern feel to it. So the artist here is Russell Dodderman. And I haven't read this, so I don't know what the context of this story is. I know the last time I checked, Storm was stranded with the team. Like they got teleported somewhere. But I don't know if this picks up in that story or not. Yeah, it looks solid to me. The art looks good, so look forward to reading that. And Spiderman number 5, Black Cat Strikes. And I think this is the last part. Is this for the PlayStation game, Spider-Man? And this is more or less for my kid, so really not anything too crazy that stands out to this about me, other than it continuing the game storyline, which is always good. If you enjoyed the game, I'm sure you'll like this. So you see he's fighting Hammerhead here, another mech suit sort of thing. Alright, there we have Spider-Man 46, Sins Rising. This is a storyline I've been so excited about. I did read the previous ones. So there's a character called the Sin Eater, and that's what the whole Sins Rising thing is tied to. And he was a prior Spider-Man villain. I don't know much about a lot of, I guess, kind of in-between history. I know a lot about, like, early Marvel books and then some of the later stuff, but I wasn't aware of that character, so. But they had, like, a special one-shot that showed reprint references to where he appeared previously. And, yeah, so this is about that character coming back into the limelight, coming for someone. I'm assuming it's Norman Osborn. Could be Peter as well, though. I think the theme more or less is like we all have imperfections, and this guy is really not as discretionary as he should be. So here he is right there. Let me see who the artist is on this. So the artist is Marcelo Ferreira. I love these covers. Next we have Spider-Man 47. Looks like some Shadow Realm type stuff here. So this continues on with the same artist, it looks like. It's always good when they can keep it consistent, at least for a story arc. Seems like you can never get a full year commitment out of an artist these days. But a lot of these books, especially like Spider-Man and stuff, they come out like 2 or 3 times a month, so it's hard for any artist to work that fast. So it's understandable. I know on the Batman books, that artist, he worked on it like way ahead of schedule and couldn't share anything on his Instagram. So he's like, I'm working, I just can't share anything. And we have Spider-Man 48. And this nice straight jacket there. Oh, this is a Bagley cover, I believe. Let me look here. Yes. Alright, so same artist inside as the previous ones. So it looks like Miles has joined him here. And we see old Norman Osborn, which he was in prison or somewhere, like during the absolute carnage thing. So I'm not exactly sure how he is normalized in his suit at his house again. And then here we see the reference to Green Goblin from the Ultimate Universe here. So that might be Miles only running with Green Goblin as his universe is one, I'm not sure. But, yeah. We see a whole horde of these guys here, so could be more to it than just a single guy looking at that. Either that or it's some sort of illusion, which Mysterio is involved in the past, so could be him. And then we have a one-shot here, The Amazing Spider-Man, The Sins of Norman Osborn. And we see Kindred up here. So this kind of ties everything together. I think this is kind of like a bonus story thing where it's like you don't have to get it, but it helps. They seem to do that quite often. So this will probably bring you up to speed on like the history of Norman Osborn. See a lot here with all like these alternate Spider-Men. They seem to be doing a lot more with them. I think the success of the Spider-Verse movie kind of helped. And so they're using them more. So, yeah. And then in the back, we see next issue is Spider-Man 850, so that'll be a big one to get a hold of. Or number 49. Not sure how it's going to be numbered. I'm sure they'll utilize both, though. So check that out. That'll be a landmark issue for sure. And that's it for this store. Now I'll move on to another mail call item. So this is from a campaign that I backed back in December. So first thing that drew me to it was this right here. So this you can see is Spawn number 10. We have Cerebus on the cover here. This book right here was my introduction to the character Cerebus. I'd never seen him before. My oldest brother bought this from a comic shop, I think for $10 or so, but for Dave Sims' campaign, he had a tier where 4 of these were available. He says this is an error copy. I'm not sure how, but he did sign it. I've gotten Dave's signature on a few things, but yeah, I've never, this was like my first run-in with the character. I thought it would be a great one to have signed. And then, yeah, as a kid, this image right here stuck with me. I didn't understand it, but you can see all of like the regular superheroes here trapped behind bars, and the other side, blindfolded people here. So this issue is commentary about the creators being powerless and their creations being, you know, trapped in the corporate prisons of these companies where, you know, they just take from the creators and make them powerless. So I thought that was really interesting to learn that's what it was about, because I'd seen this image when I was a kid and never understood. And then the book is about basically Spawn coming home to Todd's house and interacting with his family, and same type of thing here, and saying, hey, this is my creation and this is Dave's, forever saying they will never sell out their characters to another company. So pretty cool commentary there. Cerebus is known for black and white, so we do have a little bit of that in here. I think Dave Sim is actually going to be doing a remastered campaign with this. He might make it all black and white, I'm not sure. So the main campaign was for him to remaster Cerebus number 1. You can kind of see, like, the covers, it kind of has like a metallic-y sort of finish on it and stuff. So I'll show off this one. I've got like 2 other copies too, but I'll show off the common one maybe. Or maybe I'll show off this one here, but I'll pull out the packaging, the bonus tier items here for you all. So our pack and bonuses, there's a postcard here, and there's actually a poster too, but it's the same image, so I didn't feel like getting that out. So, nice Cerebus postcard. Sticker here, and this all showcases like how he originally looked, as you saw from the Spawn one. His style developed, he, you know, filled them out a bit more. So, here's a bookmark. One of these I think is a conceptual bookmark, this one the smaller one maybe, and then the fonts. Okay, yeah, so I think one is just a smaller one that was a prototype, and then here's another bookmark here. And then the higher the tier, the more cards you got. So this is just all of them. So card 1, 2, 3, 4. So you had to get like the platinum campaign or platinum book to get that one. There's 5, 6, and 7. So, and then there's a little blurb on each of them here. So that's what that is. I was excited about this too. They had a fun little Cerebus pin as well, and it's like embossed and everything, and it says like Dave Sims Cerebus on the back. So a nice little pin. And then I'll show off the, oh, there's a couple other pack-in bonuses back here too. So there was also, this is a book about the counterfeit Cerebus number 1 that was being sold around. I don't know how close to the first book being printed, but it was fairly, it fooled a lot of people. So, but that goes into like, I guess what to look for and just kind of where everything came from, maybe. I haven't gave this a thorough look over, but I know that's the basic premise of it. So I'll go into that. And then there's a fun little sketchbook. I actually thought that this was just gonna be the cover. That was like on another book. But it's actually filled with some like Bristol quality paper here. And yeah, you're just supposed to go to a convention and get it filled, you know, people's different interpretations of Cerebus, and then run some copies and mail it back to Dave, and he'll make a big book of all the Cerebus sketches. I think there's 10 or so, and then there's a facsimile of one of his for the modern, or for the first appearance of Cerebus here. So that's not authentic, but that is the copy there. But the book itself here, so this is like the gold, and then the platinum, I guess, I forget. I'm not going to pull this all the way out, but I'll just show you. So they were numbered too. So yeah, this is platinum. I got number 488 of 800, and then it's signed by him too. But the contents inside match this one here. And the red one is just the reprint of the book, but this one that has like some extra material in it as well. So yeah, you get to see like the deeper blacks and stuff. It's not like newsprint paper and stuff. It looks more crisp. The text is more legible. But the back has like some other just random archive bits in it here. So that's what all that is. So yeah, that just pretty much presents the book the way Dave wished it had looked all those years ago. So let's take a second here to get everything resituated a little bit. Too many things here. Okay. All right, next we will look at some books from my local shop. And since we have so much stuff here, I don't know if I'll bag and board these as well. So we start off with Batgirl number 49. I believe this is the last part of the Joker War tie-in. I think this fits in like after the Joker War. Just because like I'm trying to line everything up for a proper reading order for my long box. And for possibly a future reading down the road. And this isn't quite as seamless as when I first started collecting was during the whole Death of the Family tie-ins. And I was so impressed how intertwined that was. These tie-ins are not knit that close to the regular Batman book, so. But I would like them to have a semblance of order to them, so that's why I try to do that. So yeah, looks like some more solid art there. Next we have Speed Metal number 1. This is obviously a special. Involves the flashes here. And I'm not too well versed on the Flash. But I know quite a few of you are, so if you like the Flash, this is probably a necessary book for you to check out. Lots of cool art in this one by Eddie Barrows. Death metal's really all over the place, though. I will say, like, it's hard to really understand a lot of it. It looks like they brought back the whole Darkest Night thing here. So, I'm reading it and collecting it, but it's hard to understand how a lot of it fits in. Next we have Batman Superman number 12. This is the Lee Weeks cover, which is great. It's really simplistic. Ah, Steel, I haven't seen him in a while. It's nice that he's in here. I'd love to see all of the old Reign of the Supermen come back. That's what I liked when they relaunched Superman. They showed the Eradicator and everything, and I'd really like for them to put them back in this universe in a big way. Just so nostalgic for that particular storyline, you know? So, yeah, the art looks good here. This is the start of a brand new arc here, too, so good jumping on point. I'm trying to see, did I miss the title card? I don't know, I don't see it. But yeah, if you haven't been reading it, that's a good one to jump on with. They just wrapped a storyline. And we have Action Comics number 1025. The variant cover there. I think actually Klaus Janson is working with John Romita on this for the inks. And that might explain why his pencils look better. Let's see. Yes. So I don't think he's been on the other ones. But I could be wrong. There's a little Superboy there. Glad he's back. I saw that Young Justice is ending after issue 20. Hopefully they will have something with Superboy spin out of there. But I I know they're trying to pare down books, so I'm not really sure. I guess Bendis's run is going to end on both Superman and Action Comics come December. Well, it says the whole team, so maybe he's going to continue to write, but then there'll be different artists, but that's not how they're really marketing it. Next we have Justice League number 15. Not a book that I typically get, but it is another death metal tie-in. So I'm sure this will be another instance where if you've been following Justice League, it'll make more sense than, like, to me just reading it. I like the art, though. I can't pronounce that artist. Ermanico, maybe? I don't think the X is pronounced. That's a nice shot of those trees, though. I keep getting fooled by that Snickers ad. It's so early in the book, too. Okay, what do we have next? We have Batman number 99. This is the Joker Killer, I believe is his name. Variant cover there, of course. And this was one that I actually read online before I purchased because they were already trying to spoil the ending as soon as it came out. And then my local shop, the books were delayed from the fires going on in California and Portland and everything. So they came in like the day that I got paid. So, but in case they weren't, I had to read it so it wouldn't get spoiled for me. So I have already read this before I purchased it. But that's the thing too, like if you're going to read a book on a digital platform, make sure you're still committed to the physical. So, although a lot of people would argue those sites should be shut down all the way, that was an instance where it was good because, you know, I was literally like kept bumping into articles about the ending of this book, and it had just come out. And then here's the normal cover. And we see Nightwing back in his classic attire there. And my shop had the design variant for like $25. I almost got it, but just couldn't quite do it. Next we have Nightwing number 74. They're continuing to mess with his loyalties here. Which obviously this takes place prior to issue 99. They've basically set up a ruse for him to blindside the rest of the Bat family by saying, I think he lied and said that Batgirl was actually not acting like herself. And then they all are coming to see what they can do. And it looks like they're not doing too well. And we have the variant cover, which I could have sworn that I pre-ordered this, but they still had one on the shelf, so I was lucky. Definitely trying to get as many of like the punchline covers and stuff as I can, just because. Next we have Teen Titans number 45. So as it says here, Robin is gone. He's not in this book at all, I believe. So this is about the team figuring out what to do next. And I think this series is wrapping at issue 50 as well. So they're really trying to cut down on titles, And we'll see if it works for DC. So at this point, I'm not really invested in any of the characters left in the book. I was really huge into Damien's arc, as well as when Superboy would make his guest appearances. But they're both gone, so... But by the end is where I get my ears perk up on this book, so... They are confronted by a bit of the past that interests me, so... And then, like I said, it's going to wrap soon anyway, so might as well finish out the story arc. Next we have Superman number 25. So out here, this cover's like a hybrid variant cover. It's not hard cardstock like the other one, but it's still cardstock. I don't know. So yeah, Superman number 25. And then this is a new villain here. I think either he just appeared in the previous one or this is the start of him. Okay, so this is part 1. So it looks like there's a whole race of these people here. So it'll be interesting to see. I always like when they're able to have new characters in and they pull them off well. So I'm not sure about this character, but it'll be fun to see what they can try with them. If you have a character who's visually interesting and then has a good story, then that's usually all you need. There's that one. What's this one here? Okay, so this is the normal Eastman variant of Turtles 109, which you saw the other one I got there, the Jonboy variant. So now you'll see the guts of this one. So they had just solved the mystery of the whole sewer monster taking the kids and all that, so now everything has kind of calmed down a little bit. April has learned that Baxter has been using the Mousers to observe but not interact with the mutant city, as well as try to make sure that the mutants stay within the wall borders. So, and April's not really too fond of that idea, so she's upset with him. So this point just looks like a kind of an in-between lull in the stories. And then at the end it looks like there's a new confrontation, so starts off peaceful but doesn't end peaceful, so. Next we have Catwoman 25. This is the Lee Bermejo cover. Very well done. Apparently they have a statue coming out of this image as well. You know, on his Instagram he liked to brag in the design of the boots here that he did. Yeah, so on Instagram he bragged about the design on the boots he did here. So, and I was fortunate. This was, I could have sworn that I had saved this cover as well, but once again there was one on the rack, so I was able to pick it up. I really do love Lee's style. This interior artist is great here too. Look at this. So this is Fernando Blanco. So I think he was probably trying something a little bit different with those memory sequences, because there's certainly a tonal shift here. Art doesn't look the same as that, but Still looks like a good, interesting read. And this ties into the Joker War as well, which is why I initially picked it up, but even if I wasn't, that cover would have sold it to me. There's that. And we have the Trinity Crisis, another metal tie-in. So, once again, not really sure what's going on here. But here we are. And then you just kind of have to sift through the reading order of it too. Which I think this comes after number 3. I don't think they actually had any metals like the regular book come out this month. So this was kind of like a in-between. So there's that one, and then I have 2 others up here. So, of course, I got Detective Comics number 1027. This is the Mark Silvestri variant cover. Here's all our artists here. Creative team, rather. And yeah, this book is all over the place. Lots of short stories. This was one I read ahead of time as 2. Because there is an event that comes out of this book. And I really like the concept with this first, where it's kind of like Batman's greatest hits with his rogues gallery here. Skip ahead. Story here about the Bat family. And there's another, let's see, so here we go, here's another one. So this is about like a never-ending birthday surprises for Batman from the Joker every year. And so they keep getting like more and more intense. See here, he's got his deface the animals at the zoo. So it just kind of just sells the obsession that Joker has with Batman. It's a story about someone joining Gotham PD. This is done by the 100 Bullets team, which I've never read in that series, but I feel like I need to. I really enjoy this writer and this artist, so I think I would like it. It is very mature, though, so I think that's why I haven't prior. And we have another Sam Nee story here. He always finds his way into these collections. I don't know how he does it. Or not Sam Nee, Riley Rossmo, my mistake. I like how wiry he drew Robin there. This is kind of a strange story too. It's got Dead Man in it. Nice pin up here by Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. I forget what this story was about. Oh yeah, no, this is about Bruce basically refusing to work with someone who has gang ties to him for his business. And so they're sitting there, he's trying to play golf in the rain, and Bruce is just, under his umbrella here, and the guy keeps ribbing him, calling him weak and stuff, and Bruce is refusing to cave on his deal, and the guy tries to threaten him, and then of course it's showing him as Batman taking down the people that this businessman is connected to. Another pin up here. And then this story is actually not a Batman story. This is basically this guy who was previously featured in Detective Comics prior to Batman showing up. And then by the end he retires because Batman is making such a dent in the crime world. Another story here. It's weird when I'll sit here for a minute and then I forget what the story was, even though I read it last week. Another story here. Another pin up. There we go, look at that one. It's a cool shot. Black and white Batman. I mentioned Lee Bermejo doing this on my previous video, the Batman history book. And then this here, Generations Fracture. This leads into the DC Generations series coming, or mini-series. Like this image here. We have another story here. I like this one here, that's cool. back cover. My final book for my shop. Not something I typically pick up. So this is the Ice Cream Man Quarantine Comic Special. I don't think when I pre-ordered it I actually realized that it was all themed for the Ice Cream Man. This is a very popular, mature-rated horror book from Image Comics. I believe they're on issue 15 now. So this is a collection of comics that were, I believe, they appeared on QuarantineComics.com during the height of the coronavirus stuff. And so this collects them here. So I'm only going to show a few pages since this is a mature book. Like a Funko Pop there. But yeah, I don't know much about it, but I know that a lot of people seem to really enjoy the series. So I'd say if you're into horror and just kind of really weird, bizarre books, that you would enjoy this. But I got it as more of a way to just kind of have a physical comic acknowledging the whole pandemic and everything. I'll just show this here. And then has the back that the logo that was supposed to go on all the books to unite everyone when they came back from the period where there was no new books. But then pretty much Image was the only company that put this little square in the corner of their books. DC didn't. I know Marvel didn't, so. But I think all I saw was Image use this. But that was the original thought process behind that. Okay. So let me move this stack here. So we got some more miscellaneous items here. First of all, this isn't what I'm going to show off in too great detail. I want to do a series of these later on. So this is the Modern Masters Volume 5, focusing on Garcia Lopez. I just showed you that Batman pinup he had done. What I had known him for was he did a lot of the images that were on like DC t-shirts and merchandise. Pretty much like 80s and 90s time period, like sticker sheets and stuff. The other big thing he did was the DC style guide in 1982, I believe. So he had done other work as well, but that's just what I know him from. So this shows a little bit of the pencils of that. But yeah, like I'm pretty sure everyone has seen this image of Superman here. And he was at Emerald City like 3 years ago, but because he's not some big new talent for whatever reason, they didn't promote him, and I missed out on seeing him. So, but hopefully they'll print the style guide sometime soon. But yeah, I would love to do a full-on flip through and reading a little bit of this for the whole line of these. So that's why I got this. This is normally $100 book. I found it for $25. Quickly listed, and then I bought it on Amazon, and now they're all at $95 on there, so glad I was able to get it. But the company that puts them out is Tomorrows. So if you go to tomorrows.com, they have a collection of quite a few of these books on there still, so you can check them out, and chances are you'll see at least one artist who you like in the list and want to buy their book like this. And I finally got Latter Days. From my previous live stream I mentioned, hey, I'm trying to collect this whole series here, and this has been going for $400 all over the place online. Half Price had it listed on Amazon for around $25 or $30, so I quickly jumped on that, and I was able to get my copy. So now I am only missing 2 volumes of the Cerebus storyline, so just, yeah. Very, black and white, very detail driven. So I'm just glad I have it and I didn't have to pay. The most I was willing to pay was $100, so usually you see it for around $200, sometimes $200, but I certainly wasn't going to pay $400 for it, so. I was looking there, this Charlie Brown Spawn mixture. So I finally got that. So next I got this nice big old package from Doug Tenaple here for his campaign for Bigfoot Bill. The Earthworm Jim 2 campaign is still on Kickstarter. I'll leave a link to that. It closes October 1st, and then I think it'll move to Indiegogo. So once that happens, I'll move the link to that. So Doug always hooks it up with pack and bonus stretch goal goodies. So we have the little 2-pack of cards here. Little shiny one there, the Mutato Bike, as well as Poseidon, and a Bigfoot Bill sticker there. And we got some, or that's a tattoo. This is a tattoo here. And there's some stickers that came with it. There's the Bigfoot Bill sticker. Then another just random one. And we have the Bigfoot Bill Army Kiss patch here. He always tries to put patches in his campaigns. And then there's this little tiny zine by the Chupacabra, who's one of the characters. He's just kind of has little footnotes about different people from the series there. Here is the preview for Earthworm Jim 2 with a Mike Mignola cover here. Colored by Dave Stewart as well, so it's the actual Hellboy team doing this cover. So very cool. And then the back shows a little painted image of Earthworm Jim there. So yeah, it's on Kickstarter. It'll be on Indiegogo soon. I'll leave links to that. So if you love the game, that art, or all of that, you should be pleased with it. So then we have print there of the front cover, and then there's the print of the back cover. So we did a re-offer of Bigfoot Bill Volume 1, and I had done a video on this previously, so on the original one here. So as you can see, he's made the cover bigger here, the front logo. He's added in 10 or so additional pages inside. The end plates are new in here. he's added like a couple of some of his more painterly pages like this in here. It's the other one there, the Bigfoot family. And then he weaved his making of book in the back of it, which actually he underprinted. So if you missed out on the making of, that's actually included. Most of it is present in here, as well as in the making of book was also the origin story of Poseidon. So he threw that in the front of the book, since this book really focuses heavily on Poseidon. And then there's the back cover there. And you can see just all the extra work he does with the foil and the embossing and debossing. The shiny stuff on there. Matte finish. The gilded gold edges. He really makes it a reading experience for you. So, just great stuff. If you like, cartoony stuff with a wild imagination, with humor mixed in it, you're going to enjoy Doug's stuff. All of his campaigns like this, they're just very high value. A lot of stuff going on. You always get some good perks as well. Apparently, I've run out of room again on my phone here. So, yeah, but check out Doug's stuff. It's really well done. And then, I'll leave a link to his store as well, the campaigns and all that good stuff. So, check it out. You won't be disappointed. Finally, I wanted to show off that I finally got Stanley's signature here. So this is on the Spider-Man pin set, which, if you'll remember, the last video, I've got the Jack Kirby one, so they just kind of complement each other really well. It's a no-brainer. So there are lots of ways you can get Stan's signature, but I figured since I already had the Jack Kirby pin set, and then, this being on a, authentic piece of material that people know, this faded a bit. It's number 1066, but still very happy I got it. I can't say enough great things about being able to do this for you all. This is officially my 3rd year with the channel. Hopefully I'll be doing a 3-year anniversary video here soon, kind of a look back. But yeah, had a lot of stuff to show off today. Thank you for sitting through it and enjoying it with me. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this thing out, and as always, you all have a super slumber. Thanks. Bye.